What's up everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J here with a review, a tutorial, and swatches of the new NARS Skin Deep Eyeshadow Palette. So I picked up my palette from Nordstrom. It's now available on pretty much every beauty retailer that typically sells NARS. I'm so excited to be testing out this palette because I saw the imagery for the launch. Naomi Campbell is now the face of NARS Cosmetics, which is a big deal for her because she has never been the face of any beauty campaign, which is crazy. We all know who Naomi Campbell is. She is definitely one of the top supermodels ever to have ever lived. So I definitely had to pick this up because it looked like a bomb palette. So let's go ahead and jump into the specifics of this palette, and then I'm going to show you all each color, and then I'm going to share with you all how to create this look that I have on my eyelids. So here's the box for this palette. Very sleek, very NARS. This palette retails for $59 and there are 12 eyeshadows in this palette. So here's the actual eyeshadow palette. Very sleek, very NARS. Of course it has NARS written on it. NARS makes some of my favorite packaging in the entire makeup industry. This palette is also a limited edition. The description of this palette says, wear it, bear it, make it yours. Expose yourself to the ultimate palette of nude eyeshadows created for all skin tones. Go from subtle to smoky with rich mattes, lustrous shimmers, and smoldering metallic shades. Infused with NARS's pigment powder suspension technology for high impact, silky effects. Each shadow can be used in a multitude of ways. Is it Francois NARS's signature looks. Eyes and brows get shaded and lined, highlighted and defined because natural is anything but neutral. I have always said that neutral does not mean natural. Like, it just doesn't. So the palette opens this way. I would think that it would open up like a book. The palette comes with a mirror. NARS palettes normally do. I'm going to go ahead and add this box here so I don't blind you guys. But as you all can see at the top, there are 4 larger eyeshadows. And then down here, there are the 8 smaller eyeshadows. So in this palette, there's an even mix of mattes and shimmer eyeshadows. So there are 6 mattes, 6 shimmers. The only shade that has a different finish than the rest is this one. And it's called Faster Pussycat. Because of course it is. But this palette has a mix of both cool and warm toned eyeshadows. It's almost more neutral in tone than anything because it doesn't pull either way too much. So you can do a variety of different looks with this palette. You can take it from day to night and it will work on a variety of different skin tones. So you can wear this if you have a very warm skin tone or if you have a very cool skin tone. And when using this palette, you don't have to reach into another eyeshadow palette to create an entire look. You have everything you need to set your eyeshadow base, to create definition. You have different options for lid colors, so I do enjoy that about a palette whenever it is all in one. Also, something to note, there are 3 repeat shades in this palette. So those colors are Bali, Sophia, which is this color right here, and Coconut Grove. But if you're like me, you'll still enjoy a palette even though it has repeat shades if it means that these shades are aligned with the other shades and it's there for convenience. I want to go ahead and jump into the swatches of this palette. I'm going to swatch them row by row, and then following that I will show you all how to create this beautiful eye look. I hope that you all enjoy. Let me know if you recreate this eye look on any social media sites by making sure that you use my hashtag, which is hashtag Kelsee Briana J. That way it doesn't get lost, because once you get so many notifications and you don't use the hashtag, a lot of times I don't see things that you guys at me in. So I will talk to you all soon. So I'm going to start off with my MAC paint pot in the color Layin Low and a Royal and Langnickel BOM13 brush. I am going to fluff this all over my lid. With the Tom Ford number 11 brush, I'm going to dip into the color Taunt. And let's use this color to set that paint pot, so just apply it all over the eyelid. Now I'm going to take the color Undressed with a Royal and Langnickel number 44 brush. And let's fluff this above the crease as our transition color. Ooh-wee, this thing gets pigmented. Nice, nice. Okay. This is giving a really nice blend. So just back and forth. Let's diffuse this color. Now I'm going to take a Wayne Goss number 19 taper blending brush and go into the color Bali. Back and forth. As you all can see, I am keeping this directly in the crease. We already applied the first color as the transition, so this is going to give us a nice gradient effect. I'm going to dip back into that color once again just to make sure this color is pretty prominent. And you can start to lightly bring this color up just to make sure that there are no lines of demarcation. We don't want any harsh lines on our eye look, so just make sure that everything is blended, but I'm not going to take it above that transition color. Same brush, and I'm going to dip into Coconut Grove. And I'm going to take this right on this very outer crease, just a little bit, because this color is very pigmented and it is very deep. And I also am going to apply this on my outer corner. So I'm getting some products on the side of the brush, and I am just tapping this on and then blending it up. Not too far up, because we do not want this to look super dark on the outer crease. We still want it to have that beautiful blend. So just build this color up until it's fully opaque. This is going to add definition to the eye look. This is a beautiful base for an eyeshadow look. We now can go in with any of these colors from the palette and finish creating a beautiful look. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye. Now I'm going to take a Smith 253 brush and dip into the color Ikkonn. And I am going to lightly take this right underneath my brow. And this is going to be my underbrow highlight. Typically I like to use a color a little bit lighter than this, but it's not one in here, so I will work with this. Make sure to blend it down too. And with the same brush, I'm now going to take the color Ceterfold, and I am going to pop this on the center of my lid. So right here in the middle. And I am going to take my time building up this color. I'm going to bring it up to the crease, but not in the crease. I'm going to go back in with a clean blending brush just to make sure that everything is still blended. This is a Royal & Lang Nickel number 46 brush, but you could do this with any like small taper detailing blending brush. I don't need to build that up too much because this color is very pigmented and very pretty. This is where I'm leaving it. I'm not going to take it here, and I'm not going to take it too far in there because I'm going to add other colors. Same brush, and I'm going to take the color Unbottoned. And I am going to tap that right here in the center between this color I have on my lid and this outer corner color. And I'm going to make sure to blend it with both. So I wiped off my brush a little bit. I'm going to take the same one, and I'm going to dip into the color Basic Instinct. And I am going to tap that right here on the inner part of the lid. I'm not going to take it all the way into the inner corner though. So just right here. And make sure to tap it on that edge too. Very pretty. And with my Wayne Goss 07 brush, I'm going to dip back into Ikkonn. I am going to take this color right on the inner corner. So let's just pop this on and then build it up and bring it over. So I cleaned my brush off, and I am going to dip it into Coconut Grove. And because this is a small detailer smudger brush, I'm going to take this shade and rim it along my upper lash line. And I am going to use this as my liner today. And then take your time with this because you don't want to make your look messy. You want to keep it as close to the lash line as possible. And you want to make sure that that liner is very evenly applied and 100% opaque. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and then I'm going to do my liner and lashes, and I'll be back and we can finish off the lower lash line together. Same brush, and I'm going to dip back into Ikkonn. And let's make sure to wrap that around on the lower inner corner. If you need to re-intensify the top inner corner, do so. But I am just going to take that here and stop it about here. I'm going to take that same brush, I wiped it off, and go in with Bali. And I'm going to take that along the rest of the lower lash line. Ever so carefully drag that. I'm trying to keep it tight, guys, on the lower lash line. Okay, guys, so I just went in with some eyeliner and lower lash line mascara. And this is the finished eye look. Super pretty. So overall, I think NARS did a beautiful job with this palette. This palette is so freaking pretty. All of the eyeshadows are so well formulated. I love the mattes. I love the shimmers. I didn't really get any fallout with this palette, which is always an added bonus. This eyeshadow formulation is so silky smooth. NARS did their thing with this palette. If you are looking for a new neutral eyeshadow palette, I highly encourage you to try this one out because the formulation of it is just amazing. Or even if you're like, I'm good on neutral eyeshadows, I have enough neutral eyeshadows, formulations are always improving, and this palette can attest to that because this is on the next level of eyeshadow formulations. Like, everything is just so blendable. You don't have to keep dipping into it. It wasn't super powdery. The colors are very pigmented. It's just a really well formulated palette. I love the colors selected in here. I think that you can do a lot of different looks with it. I love that it has the matte colors for you to make a basis of an eye look, and I love the different shimmer tones in here that you can be able to switch it up and have different neutral eye looks. So I love this palette. I think that it's so pretty. I'm very surprised that I like it as much as I did because like so many of you are like, oh my god, another neutral eyeshadow palette, but trust me, this palette is super pretty and I love it. I definitely am going to be using this palette on a regular basis. This is going to become one of my new everyday neutral eyeshadow palettes. So I love it. I think that you guys should check it out, and I hope that this is the formulation that they use for all of their eyeshadow palettes going forward because the shimmers are just like butter and those mattes just go on like velvet. Love it, need it. I love that it's compact. You can travel with it. Let me know what you all think about it down below. If you all plan on picking up this palette, I think that it is absolutely to die for. I look forward to reading you guys' comments. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss any videos that I upload. Let me know any products that you guys want to see me review next. So I will talk to you all on my very next one, which will be super, super soon. Smooches. Bye.